Okay, who's next? Who was number 9?
All right.
9 was
Number 9 was Magneto.
Oh,
Judge.
Judge
okay.
Dredd.
Do not tell me
But
that
remember,
number 7 is.
guys, I said Judge Dredd is gonna be because there was a point in time we hadn't seen him, and we saw all these other that we didn't even know. No, this is way too high. Judge Dredd should be in the 50s. I barely know if it wasn't for the Sylvester Stallone movie, I wouldn't know this guy. This is way too high.
I don't want to say it. You're a big boy. You're a big boy. Don't say this. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Say
Develop.
That's the point of that's the point of the podcast. I didn't break the law. I am the law.
Oh God! Anyway, and I'm just remembering that wonderful performance by by what's his name, Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Every time I see Dredd, I just remember that part where he goes on the intercom, "Mama, I'm coming for you, Mama," and I was like, "This is how Mama issue started."
What?
This is how Mama issue started.
Guys,
I don't remember that scene.
Judge.
No, but
Dredd.
this is way
Number
too high.
7.
It's one of the. This is what, like I told you, this is some very sad, some very angry person at Empire Magazine who's been reading comics for most of his life, and
Is there even any Judge Dredd ongoings right now? I just need to Google this. Does Judge Dredd have anything new?
Any new releases?
Oh, while you still googling it, I did a quick Google. I found that movie you're talking about, Develop the Avengers one. It's a 1998 movie with Sean Connery, Uma Thurman, and Ralph Fiennes.
Yes,
Guess what the character names was? Ralph Fiennes was John Steed, and Uma Thurman's was Emma Peel. How very grown up of them.
You know?
Okay, so Judge Dredd does. He still has an ongoing. Okay, he's still going on. He's on volume 45.
Look, guys. This is, okay,
what is he doing though?
Here the words.
But I have to read it.
What about 45?
No, I'm saying apparently he's on volume 45 of his comics. So Judge Dredd still does have ongoing stuff. Apparently he's still going on. Yeah, but like we're talking more iconic than Joker.
No,
not even
Magneto.
Not even more iconic than Doom.
More iconic than
Wonder Woman.
Than Lex Luthor, than Hal Jordan.
I think what I'm trying to...
Even Deadpool is waxing Judge Dredd in terms of popularity.
What I want to get into this... I'm trying to peer into this man's mindset is that... He's trying...
Hey, we don't know if it's a man. Don't misgender. Into their mindset.
I'm defining man as the trait of the definition of the human species.
Hey, the people in your council will take offense.
Oh no, they can, but they also know me full well enough that it's not my fault that we also took we assigned the definition of gender to also to be the definition of the species as well. We did give us a new title. Anyway, I just want to say the individual who created this, I think they're trying to highlight the comic knowledge depth outside of Marvel and DC, and they're trying to make the argument that if you don't know these characters, you're not really a true by blood comic fanatic. That's what I'm sensing in this list.
Comic snobs. Okay.
There you go. That's
comic snobby.
I would have said that. I would have said that, but I think that was too offensive after I've identified that this person may have a penis. So
I get you. It's not like we're expecting 15 DC, 15 Marvel, 5 Image, 5 Dark Horse. No. But this
Yeah, that's what I'm
No, I'm
saying.
just saying your placement on the list. How are you judging this? Because remember, like I said, there's a lot of characters that I'm not consuming a lot of their content. Wonder Woman is a perfect example of this. I've read her tangentially, and
Yeah.
like she's a fine
Ten what?
character.
Yo,
Tangentially.
Yeah, I re-upped on my English bundles, guys.
Okay,
I bought another
yay.
package. So I mean, I've read her, but like not like the most I've engaged with her was when in the New 52
Sorry?
era. The most I've engaged with Wonder Woman is the New 52 era,
Mm.
and some of that stuff was okay, and then other stuff I was just like, all right, you know what it is, what it is. But to deny her impact on the comic book industry is just nuts. Like Judge Dredd, there's nobody that I can point to where there's a okay, Judge Dredd birthed this person, or Judge Dredd
Yeah.
created this way for this person, or this character rather,
Mm.
or Judge Dredd opened the industry to this type of character,
Yeah.
or what everything. Judge Dredd, to me, to my knowledge, he hasn't done that on a large scale, and I've read a lot of comic books.
Wait. Who inspired RoboCop?
Would that be Dredd?
Or Cyborg.
No, I don't think it's Cyborg.
Or that
No, but
annoying.
that can't be Dredd. Maybe.
Or
I
that
mean, I
annoying
can see it with
Superman.
the visor. Maybe.
Oh, and wasn't
Whoa.
RoboCop inherently his own system, his own creation?
I think RoboCop
He was, but he was inspired, but like the creators were inspired by something, if I remember correctly.
okay.
Okay, but I mean, even if Dredd has inspired RoboCop was hot in like the 80s and then fell off.
That's what I'm trying to get to. The and correct me if I'm wrong, dear reader, or dear viewer. For me, Judge Dredd was like the precursor to like the grim dark series thought genre. Almost, he's like one of the ingredients because he's inherently fascist. He's judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think from my understanding on many of these storylines, they're not necessarily like you end up closing the book having a happy feeling. It's one of those. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe I am on my edgelord periods. I don't know what's going on because I'm going to refer to edgelords for the entire episode. It says we should just call this episode Debelo on his edge. Debelo edges edgelords.
Oh God.
Oh,
I was gonna say Tabello on the edge, but okay.
Yeah, so I don't get it. I think what I'd appreciate from this article perhaps is a little more detail into why into why they're substantiating their position or why they're in this position and in this point in time. And maybe they do. Guys, I've got the ADHD. I ain't got time to read a full dissertation.
No,
but
but I mean, if we're talking like it's the same thing as when we were talking about the movies. It was just like when you're talking about the 50 greatest or whatever the case is. Like, for example, if I want to say the greatest rappers of all time or whatever, right? And I don't want to put Jay-Z on my list. As much as I don't listen to Jay-Z, he would have to be there.
yeah.
Yeah, I was right.
So for me with Judge Dredd, it's just like I know him, but over the iconography of all the other characters we listed, nah, I don't see it.
You're saying extraordinary?
I was just saying, I see here it says that he was inspired by Judge Dredd and Iron Man, to name a few. RoboCop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember reading this like a long
Wait,
time.
yeah, Judge Dredd over Iron Man?
Oh God.
Doesn't make sense, dog.
Over Captain America?
Over freaking Thor.
The Punisher.
Where's Thor? Where's Wolverine?
Yeah.
Where is Wolverine? Where is
Okay,
Storm?
maybe let's take the next one. Maybe
Where's
he might be
T'Challa?
T'Challa's
I
not
don't think that
making this
Chala's on
list.
this list.
Wabon.
I don't think that Chala's making this list.
Okay, let
Number
me just
six, Dream of the Endless. And
wow, am I surprised? Okay, can you just scroll up quickly? I just want to check how detailed the explanations are. Okay. Desperate man, blah blah blah. Like a cow-eating cowboy is a violent, deranged, but inherently decent take on the concept of the right-thinking American hero. Family for writers strips is coming up with villains so unreasonable that the Dredd looks good, but they managed the trick with Judge Dredd. Huh? Okay. Trademark Stubby Chin.
Well,
Shiny
this is just telling us
helmet.
about the character. You're not
That's what I'm trying to see, because I haven't read this article in detail. I'm trying to remember.
Anything.
Yeah, so where's the justification? Why is he number 7? I wanted to see that reason, but I don't see it in this explanation.
And I'm like, if it's about that whole,
explains who the character is in all these things I've seen. He just explains the character. He doesn't explain. Judge Dredd is iconic because he introduced A. He was the first one to do B. He in his comic panels they flipped him this way, so the people went crazy for them. He does nothing. He just says Judge Dredd. He was born here. He did this. He kills people. Like
that. Okay, no, it's fine. Let's move on. Thank you.
And like, I mean, there's one line where it's talking about how certain people are attracted to certain types of fascism. But if we're gonna go down that route, Punisher does it better than, to me, I guess.
It would be a better choice than Judge Dredd.
To me, because what I'm saying is that Judge Dredd, he operates within a system that allows him to do what he wants. When we get to Punisher, Punisher is going against the grain in imposing his fascism in a world that should not allow for it. So that's a much more interesting struggle than in a world where you're allowed to do such, and there's somebody who's just crazier than you. So I don't know. Judge Dredd fans, you're not the law. I'm sorry.
Anyway.